It's Michael Jackson here on the U105 phone-in. There are 7 types of rest: physical rest, mental rest, spiritual rest, emotional rest. Then there's the sensory type, the social aspect, and creative rest as well. Some of them I totally understand, others I don't. Let me speak to Dr. Jonny Bloomfield. Jonny, good morning.
Hi, good morning, Frank. How are you?
All is good.
Can you believe it's July?
Yeah.
Half a year gone.
It's absolutely incredible how fast our lives go by. Physical rest, both active and passive. Now, this is understandable, but briefly talk us through them all and which ones are most important to us.
All right, okay, so all are important. But whenever most people think about rest, they think purely just on the physical side. I just need to get a bit more sleep. Or maybe like last week we were talking about strategic naps to kind of top the tank up. But rest, as you've just told everybody, it goes way further beyond the need for just physical rest. And you've split that into active and passive. Passive being the sleep and the napping and the sitting down. And the active rest is more about things like yoga or stretching or getting massage and stuff that kind of gets the body moving lightly, but helps it to rest and recover as well. But we'll go through the others as well. So mental rest is crucial, and we're talking about this today because it's the first week of July, and a lot of people will be heading off on holiday right now, and they need a mental break from the busyness of general life. Most people who are employed are paid to go on holiday. They've paid leave. But there is something called leaveism, which is where people are actually taking their holiday times to catch up on work. They're bringing work with them on holiday. And that kind of defeats the purpose. And we can do that easily because we're more used to working flexibly, or both in terms of time and location. But because we've got our ability to work digitally anywhere, work follows us on holiday, and it's very tempting to use that downtime to fill it back up with work again. So maybe just urging a word or two of caution about how you use your holidays here. Make sure that you get not just physical rest, but mental rest as well. We can go through the other 5 as we talk, Frank, there.
Yeah, because there's spiritual rest. Just briefly, each one of them, just briefly.
Sure. Okay, so spiritual rest, that's just having a good acknowledgement of there's a bigger picture in life. You get out of bed and you know that you've got a deep sense of belonging, and there's something that adds meaning to your life. So that's spiritual. Creative rest is needed for people who have to do a lot of problem solving and come up with ideas a lot. They need to maybe escape from their normal environment into something whereby they can free themselves from having to solutionize all the time. Sensory rest is because we are living in such a hyper-stimuli world whereby we've got screens, we've got noise, we've got buzzings and all sorts of things going on around us. We're hypersensitive, so getting an escape from all the sights, sounds, and even smells sometimes. And then emotional and social ones, these are probably the 2 big ones. So trying to escape from emotionally. So that is having confidence in yourself that you can handle emotions, how you can maybe deal with them with another person, talk about your feelings, or maybe it's talk about or recognize them with yourself and keep a journal on your emotions. And of course, this is tied closely to social rest. So that's getting time away from certain people, let's be kind, but it's also spending more time with other people who kind of revive you and big you up and give you good people who are good for your soul. You're spending a bit more time with them.
So the idea of going on holiday to a busy party island and being in, the beach games all day, being out on the banana boats, involving yourself in physical activity, okay, lying in the sun for part of it, but then partying all night, is that crazy, or is that something that you should do when you're young?
Well, it sounds exhausting to me now. I'm in my mid-40s, but certainly 20 years ago maybe it would have been highly appealing. I suppose it depends what state it leaves you in. And if it regenerates you in many different ways, then great. But of course, if you're taking a big time, a period of time out to officially rest, but you're using it to have less sleep, if you're expending more energy, and you're maybe not eating or drinking as sensibly as possible, then you aren't really going to come back in a better state than when you left. So, of course, when you're young, you probably have greater capacity to do that, but maybe as we get older, we have to be a bit more conscious about what counts to us as rest, and thinking through these 7 different types and identifying which is the one that I need to focus on most, or one or two that I really need to concentrate on to feel regenerated, to have my battery recharged. And there's a nice little quiz online. You can go to restquiz.com, and there's an online form. It takes a couple of minutes, and it will tell you which of those 7 areas you're depleted most, and something maybe you need to concentrate on.
And just finally, Jonny, can you get the rest you need without taking a holiday?
I think so. Well, staycations, for example, are pretty good. So you and I always talk about the magnificent country that we live in, and there's so many options and opportunities that are on our doorstep to help us feel recharged. But for example,
but it is a holiday. That is a holiday. Can you rest just by continuing to work, but rest at home, or finding time to get all these 7 rests without actually stopping working?
Absolutely. So for example, mental rest, it's all about taking micro breaks. So that could be 2-minute break in between tasks. So rather than just going from one task straight into another task, it's just having maybe a pause moment in between. So micro breaks are outstanding if you can factor in several during the day. But also taking yourself out for 10 minutes, get a walk outside. That's great for the creative rest, whereby, you're problem solving and you're just banging your head against a brick wall going, I don't know what the answer is. Take yourself out for 10 minutes and get some fresh air and get some walk, a bit of blood flow going back to the brain. And a change of environment helps to change the perspective on a problem and helps you come up with that solution. So yes, rest can be achieved everywhere and anywhere, and it can be done in moments as well as longer breaks.
Yeah, do not be ashamed to rest. As a matter of fact, you should seek out the 7 forms of rest if you want to, I suppose, re-energise yourself. Jonny, always good. Dr. Jonny Bloomfield, JonnyBloomfield.com, if people want to find out more, I presume, Jonny?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, come visit the website, get in contact with me through my form there, and I'd love to chat to anyone about stress or sleep or exercise or nutrition, whatever makes you more healthy. Okay,
thank you. Jonny Bloomfield, JonnyBloomfield.com. Do you feel more rested just by listening to him? This is the U105 phone-in.